If you want to start using AI tools in your life, Perplexity should be the first tool you should check out. They've just come up with a deep research update allowing anyone to create in-depth, high-quality reports with a click of a button for completely free. By the way, this is an update that ChatGPT recently launched and is charging $200 a month for it. Let me show you how you can use Perplexity and Google Gemini to create in-depth research reports for completely free. This is honestly going to blow your mind. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and this is what Perplexity looks like when you will first log in. I'll just click on continue. I'll continue with the free plan. I'll just click on finish. And there are a lot of things you can actually do with Perplexity, but I'll be focusing currently on the deep research feature of Perplexity. Now, normally, if you had to research and create a report, you would be looking through various different sources, looking at different websites, looking at different reports, and creating something condensed. That will take you a lot of time and effort. This is something which a lot of consulting companies get paid for doing research for a market and coming up with insights, and they get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. But you can now do that for completely free using AI. That is what blows my mind, honestly. I'll show you 5 different examples of the type of research reports you can create. The first one, let's say I want to analyze a market and understand consumer spending habits. I can do that by just simply typing, make a report on consumer trends and spending habits during Valentine's Day. Maybe I want to understand if I can create a business around Valentine's Day and couples and gifting ideas or anything like that. So I'll enter this and I'll click on enter. It will take a couple of seconds. It will analyze various different sources. As you can see, it's creating the report right in front of me by analyzing over 31 sources that you can look at right now. This is the power with Perplexity Deep Research. Let's go down and see what it really has talked about. And the research report is already ready. I can just click on export in PDF. And now I should have a PDF ready for me to use. There you go. That's one report created in seconds in front of you. It first talks about overall spending trends. So people have spent this much money. Average consumer spend is about $188. What do they really spend this money on? Is jewelry, dining out, flowers, candy, stuff like that. You go down, you understand who is really spending all of this money. 38% is spent by Gen Z, millennials, stuff like that, shopping behavior and preferences. So this gives you a lot of insight into any market that you want to get into. And this is excellent for market research. So that's one example of what you can create. Let's go to Google Gemini and see what it makes. So this is Google Gemini 1.5 Pro with deep research. The same thing that ChatGPT is offering, but for completely free, just like Perplexity. So I asked it again to create a report on consumer trends and spending habits during Valentine's Day. If you go down, you can see that I've put together a research plan. You need to update. It gives you a plan for what it will really do. So this is the research websites. You can look at all of it. You can edit the plan if you want to, or then you can just say start the research. It took about a couple of minutes. This was longer than Perplexity, but I got an in-depth research report about the spending habits. I exported the complete report in docs and look at the detail. This is almost 2,800 words of in-depth research done for you for free in just a couple of minutes by Google Gemini. This is incredible, and I've never seen any AI tool go in that much depth, because normally if you were to ask ChatGPT to make an answer, it will create a very basic answer with whatever you're asking. In this case, it is analyzing everything about Valentine's Day and the business economics of it and giving you insights. So for example, this is what the average budget for the last 5 years have been. Then it talks about consumer trends, gives you a lot more insight that you can have a look at right now. India specific trends. So you can have a look at the India specific market for Valentine's Day. You go further down, it talks about the most popular gifts that people are gifting on Valentine's Day. It could be candy, flowers, greeting cards, experiences. Then you go down to what is India really buying for their Valentine, and you get insights into chocolates, flowers. So this is basically what you get. Average amount spent on Valentine's Day gifts. You get an insight into that. Demographics of Valentine's Day celebrations. So the idea is you get to have a very in-depth look at any industry that you want to get into, and this is excellent for market research. This is incredible, especially because it is available to you for completely free. An 8-page in-depth report. Imagine what you can do with it. If you want to write an assignment, if you want to create reels from it, if you want to just present it to your boss, if you want to turn this into a PPT, you can do that. There's so much more that you can do just because you have an in-depth report in front of you for completely free. But that's not all. Let's say you want to create another research and you want to learn about any stock. So for example, For example, right, I'll click on enter and it will create an in-depth report about any stock, any market, any trend, and you will get a lot of insights from it. I can also just search the same thing, go to Gemini, create another one. Again, we are on 1.5 Pro deep research, and it will create a report for me in some time. As you can see, it is citing multiple resources, 69 over here, and it is searching for it. It made a plan for what to create. Apple stock investment viability report. It will do all of these researches, and I will just say start research, and it will then just go through all the websites and come up with insights from it, as you can see. And the report is already ready on Perplexity. That's how quick it is. I can again just export this in PDF. Is it downloaded? Yes, it's good to go. So let me just open this up. And this is basically a fundamental report of the Apple stock. A 3-page report talks about the company overview, recent financial results, projected financial metrics, valuation metrics that you can look at, market positioning and competitive landscape, the pros and cons, and the conclusion, especially for me, high risk investor due to its strong financial performance. And it is saying that yes, you can invest into Apple. So that's Perplexity. We're still waiting for the answer from Gemini, but let's go on to the next application for what you can create. Let's say I want have a small budget so that it gives me some easy options. And that's it. This will create an in-depth report about any travel plan that you want to create. You can still do this with ChatGPT, but it will give you a very basic answer, like the most cliche things. But in this case, it will cite a ton of different resources and give you the best report. So this is a 10-day travel itinerary. Arrive in London, activities to do there, dining, London exploration, stuff like that. Then we go to Zurich in Switzerland. Then we go to Milan in Italy, explore Milan, the dining options, and everything is written in front of you in depth. So that's another thing you can do with deep research. Let's take an example of one more thing. Let's say you want to learn about a particular product. I'm trying of this business, for example, and I just click on search and it will create a deep research for that. Okay, we finally have a report ready by Gemini. As you can see, I think it takes 3 or 4 times as long to create a report. Okay, there you go. This is, let's see how many pages. It's a 6-page long report talking about Apple's stock and a fundamental analysis of the stock. And it says, as a high risk 23-year-old investor, Apple stock could be a viable investment for you. And here's why: growth potential, market leadership, long-term investment, stuff like that. Then you go up and you see risk and tolerance and goals and potential risks of investing into Apple, potential growth prospects of investing into Apple. And you get a in-depth report for anything that you want to research if you want to do a financial analysis of it. But let's go back and try to see if it is able to do a competitive research and tell me if this is the right product to build in the market or not. And you can do that very easily using Perplexity. Let me just search the same thing on Gemini and see how well it does it. So I'll press on enter. It will create a simple plan. And I will just say start research right here. But our report on Perplexity is already good to go. We can go down and again export this as a PDF. Let me try to open this. And there you go. You have a 3-page research report about the viability of building an app like this. If you have a business idea and you want to get a thorough analysis of how to build it, the challenges involved, the opportunity, and everything in between, this can be a great prompt for you using Perplexity deep research. So as you can see, the steps to create the tool, you go down, market viability, and if it is a good idea to build this, existing tools in the market. So we have these few tools who can actually, order stuff for you from your behalf. I did not know about this. The SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, as it says, dependence on third-party APIs. Amazon might not allow you to do this, build an app like this. Opportunities, threats, stuff like that. So you get an in-depth report for what you want to build. Gemini will take some time, but there's another epic use case of creating these in-depth research reports, and that is feeding all of this data into Claude or into Gemini or Perplexity or ChatGPT to create an amazing YouTube video script. Let's say you want to, I'll just go to Perplexity and say, search the web in real time and thing to do by the government. Let's say you want to make a video around this issue, which is very out there right now. So you can literally ask deep research on Perplexity to search this. We can also just go and do the same on Gemini Advanced. So I'll go here and search for it as well. Let's see if this thing works or not. And as you can see, Perplexity is already creating the report, talks about what has happened as a result of the backlash, what is happening right now, public reaction and impact on content creators, government's role and the right action, and the conclusion. So you can again export this as a PDF. Now I can basically just go on to, let's say, ChatGPT. I can attach a simple report. I'll add this PDF and I'll say create a 10-minute video in India and free speech. And let's just press enter and we will get a complete script for this exact thing. So as you can see, it goes in depth, uses the PDF and creates a report for us. We can also start research over here with Gemini. I've noticed that Gemini is creating a lot more in-depth report than Perplexity. Again, they're both free. They are both great to use. Perplexity is great with coming up with numbers. So if you did not notice, with Valentine's Day, it was giving a lot of numbers. If you will go down, it is telling everything about how people are spending, what are they spending stuff on, and we get an in-depth insight into it. Whereas Gemini is creating an overall report with a lot of text, with a lot of other details. It also has the numbers, but has a lot of text to back it up as well. You can do the same with Claude. So I'll just attach this report and I'll paste the same text, create a 10-minute YouTube video script for YouTube, and I'll just press on enter and it will generate an entire script for me using this PDF right here. So that's another brilliant thing you can do. As you can see today, we are breaking down one of the biggest controversies in Indian social media history. It talks about first what the controversy was about, the public reaction, government response. Go down, you see, was the response justified? It talks about all of its opinions, implications for creators, and closing, which is the ending of this video. So as you can see, you got a complete YouTube video script ready for you using Claude. And all of this was made by creating an in-depth research report using deep research of Perplexity. You can do the same thing with ChatGPT. As you can see, it made another script that you can use for your YouTube video. Now, if you will look closely, Gemini is still creating this report by analyzing everything. You can see it is literally looking at Reddit, TOI, it is looking at Hindustan Times, it is looking at every other resource and creating an in-depth research report from it. And this honestly just blows my mind. And I think that's the best part about using Gemini Deep Research or Perplexity Deep Research if you want to use that. But in general, this is brilliant for you to create YouTube videos. It is brilliant for you to even create market research reports, understand product development cycles, learn about any financial analysis of a stock, create travel itineraries. And the report on Gemini about the India's Got Talent situation is ready. I'll click on open in docs and there you go. We have a report which is how long? It's a 7-page report with word count of 2,600 words. It's very consistent and talks about everything. As you can see, Ranveer Labadia and his cancellation, government response and legal action, implications for content creators in India. Everything is in front of you. Government action was justified, yes or no. It writes for everything and then it gives its own opinion as well. Similar controversies in Indian digital landscape, it talks about that, legal perspectives on controversy, international perspectives on the controversy. You can again download this. I can select PDF. I can copy the same text. I can do one more chat. I can add this. And I can paste the same text and I can just create another YouTube video script using the report we got from Gemini Deep Research. Excellent for creating video documentaries. If you want to talk about business case studies or in general, anything that you want to create, you can do it faster than ever. Now, all thanks to Gemini and Perplexity for free. So you don't even have to use a $200 per month subscription of ChatGPT, which gives you access to deep research. That's the best part about it. There you go. We have another video ready for us. And Gemini's report for our e-commerce AI agent idea is also ready. So you can look at how to build an agent like this, what all skills will you be requiring. It talks about the Amazon API integration. It talks about data privacy. It talks about if this is a good business idea or not. So it talks about the growing market. It talks about personalization, increased efficiency, reduced product returns, stuff like that. You go down, it talks about other tools in the market. So you can look at those. And then it talks about applications of virtual shopping assistants. So what all you can really do with it. And then it has the SWOT analysis that you can look at. And that is the report by Gemini, incredibly in-depth for you to get an idea if you want to create this product or not. But that was the video. We talked about 5 different use cases of creating deep research reports using Gemini and Perplexity for completely free. But what will you use this for? Let me know in the comment section. I will see you in the next video. Hit the like button and tell me in the comment section what should be the next video I should be creating. I'll see you in the next one.